Well, welcome to the BNI Effect, the home of amazing conversations with Brisbane BNI members, sharing tips on how you can get the most out of your BNI membership. I'm Tony Meredith, and ordinarily I'm a business coach, but today I'm your host and fellow BNI member, bringing you yet another amazing conversation with a Brisbane BNI member. This is episode number 58, and today's guest is Belinda Claxton. Welcome, Belinda. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Tony.
Well, thank you for being here. Why don't we kick it off by you telling us a little bit about who you are and also what your business is and the services and products you provide?
Okay. So back when I was 8 years old, do you want a brief summary?
Well,
Well,
I'm
it all,
wondering
it
where this
all,
is going, but that's okay. You keep going.
well, it all started back then, and it was basically my love of sewing and all things be creative. And I gave birth to the corporate clothing company in 1986. So today, the corporate clothing company is a trusted uniform national provider, and we specialize in high quality uniform solutions for businesses of all sizes and industries. And we cover healthwear through to hospitality and workwear through to corporate offices.
Amazing. And so, since you're a little girl, you've wanted to do what you're doing now.
Well, I've always, yes, loved sewing. So, not that I do much sewing these days, I don't have time, but I think, yeah, that was the spark for me that, and my
Amazing.
father influenced me a little bit too, because I did work for him um, for in as the office lady, and he sold uniforms. So when I say uniforms, he sold workwear. So it was overalls and work shirts and work pants. And then from there, I decided that I really did want to learn how to sew properly and pattern make. So from there, I went to tape college for 2 years and learned how to do it properly. And that's how it all started.
Wonderful. So, the business is called the Corporate Clothing Company, been going
Mhm.
now for what's that, like
Well,
40 odd years.
nearly 40. Yeah, next year will be 40 years. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, who are your ideal referrals, Belinda?
My ideal referrals would be government. Also, because I cover such a huge range, like corporate wear. So corporate wear is just any size business. Like I'm large to small, healthcare, like I just, aged care facilities, places in the healthcare. Hospitality would be places like convention centers. I love convention centers because I do everything there. Like I cover all the spectrums, and I enjoy doing that. So I do uniforms for Brisbane Convention Centre, for Cairns Convention Centre, and Darwin Convention Centre.
That's amazing. And so I have the privilege of being in your BNI chapter, and every week when you get up and talk your 45 seconds, you're always in a different outfit. One week you might be a nurse, the next minute you might be a chef, etc. Are you dressed as anyone particularly, or dressed as Belinda Claxton today?
Today, no, today I'm corporate wear, basically. So corporate office, that sort of thing. Yes. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Um, how and when were you introduced to BNI, Belinda?
Okay, I was introduced to BNI through Anthony Kalutz, and I was introduced to him back in June 2022. And basically through my I've got a long-term business connection with Anthony. So he has been asking me for quite a while to come along to a breakfast meeting. And I've always said, no, no, no. And I think he just asked me, it was good timing. He asked me at the right time, basically. He came to fix our computers, asked me again, and I thought, you know what, it is right time. My two boys had left the nest, and really I needed a bit of social, like one-to-one people contact, because from COVID, basically the people that I saw every day were the courier drivers, and my communication with my clients was via email or phone. It didn't exist to go see people anymore. So I thought, yeah, I should go along to that breakfast. It'd be nice to have, people contact.
Meet with adults again.
Yeah, and I actually do remember my very first breakfast meeting there, and you came up to me and with your positive attitude, and you asked me, what did I do? And I will never forget it because you actually listened to me. And I left, yeah, I left that first meeting going, what a lovely meeting that was. People were actually interested in what I did. So I still think.
Right. Well, that's amazing. So, what else happened on that first meeting for you to then decide that, hey, I think this is a place that I could come to regularly?
Yeah, to me, I think it was probably, like, I don't really, there was no actual thing, and I actually really don't know why I did join, but I think it was the main thing was it was all about timing. It was perfect timing for me. And I came away from having a warm, welcoming feeling. And that is probably all it is. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad that I made that impact on that
Yeah.
particular meeting, and I listened to what it was that you were saying. Well, I'm listening now, Belinda, as well. How has being part of a BNI chapter influenced your approach to networking?
Okay, so I suppose, yeah, before BNI, I thought networking was, I've been never exposed to networking. So I actually thought networking was just, yeah, people coming together in a meeting and just exchanging business cards. But since then, I've learned that networking is all about developing long-term relationships. And my mindset now with networking is all about collaboration and giving and developing long-term, genuine professional relationships.
Amazing. How do you measure the success of your participation in BNI?
That's an interesting question. Um, I measure the success with the combination of tangible results and personal growth. So on the number side, I can track my records, like my referrals, my thank you for closed business, and my return on investment through the BNI Connect app, which is marvelous. BNI are just improving that app all the time. So now it's very easy to navigate through the app and to find, if you're looking for members, to find members. Um, yeah, so I love that app, and that's a tangible way that I can, follow that success side of it. As far as the personal growth, well, I don't know where to start there. It's just been phenomenal. I suppose my success within BNI personally has been through the leadership roles and the recognition that I've received through BNI. So back in October last year, I stepped into the leadership as Vice President for our chapter Oasis. And I also stepped into the role of Director Consultant for another chapter, Generators. Um, this year, to me, I just can't explain. I would never have thought from joining 2 years ago that I would be in this position today. And then another success, I suppose, key success thing for me is that just, a couple of weeks ago at our BNI Awards that I I'm honoured to be recognised, as Member of the Year and the Most Improved Player for Oasis. And to me, I mean, that means so much. And it's just, to me, it's a reflection of, I suppose, of the commitment, the partnerships that I've been able to build within our chapter, and also the support too that I give my fellow members.
So firstly, but again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm in your chapter. So, I want to publicly say congratulations. I know I've done it, with you privately, but I wanted to say publicly congratulations.
Yeah,
And
thank you,
you won
Tony.
two awards, so you won the chapter member of the year, which is based on the stats that you're talking about before. But the other award that you won was the chapter MVP, Most Valuable Player. And that award is voted on by your peers, us, the other members in the chapter. And so for on behalf of the other members, the reason we voted for you is because of the positive impact that you have made to our chapter. And I have shared with you on plenty of times your growth. You know, you just said a moment ago that your personal growth and development has been phenomenal.
Mm,
And it's been an
mm.
absolute privilege for me, not just for me, other members in the chapter, but I'm in the podcast with you now, to see your personal growth over the last almost 3 years. So absolutely hats off to you, Belinda. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
And your
Tony.
growth has been phenomenal. And but for me, I mean, the best is still in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is. It is. I'm just still like a baby, really learning, and just the confidence has been amazing, and just learning the ability to communicate, and yeah, the confidence, and just yeah, it's been wonderful.
How is so for listeners who aren't quite sure about the BNI system, how has BNI helped you build that confidence and also improve your ability to communicate?
Uh, Weekly, weekly we have to get up and do 45-second presentation. And also just the one-to-ones that we have, that has also built my confidence as well. And just developing, um, long-term, like really good relationships with all the members in our chapters, and seeing, and I go visit other chapters as well. And it's just, yeah, it's just given me that confidence to get out there and say what I got to say, and push my
Well,
business. And
Well, and you're certainly leaning into things that scare you, and
yes.
I share with you often, remembering when you first came along and you first spoke, and you were a nervous wreck, and most of us are, when we get there that first time. But I love the fact that you leant into the things that scared you, and here you are, some almost 3 years later. You're a double award winner, and doing phenomenal things, taking on a leadership role or executive leadership role within our chapter, and also responsible for another chapter. I mean, oh my gosh, like, could you have, imagined or dreamed that was possible some 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, never, never. Yeah. Because I think too, because my business, it's always been, my business. And so I've never given myself any, gone and done leadership, training and all that sort of thing. So it is all very new to me. When I first started, you know, I I did all the pattern making and that sort of thing. And then I got someone to do that. And then I went out and did all the selling, and that became easy for me. But I just actually didn't do any training or anything, for marketing or anything. So to me, being exposed and having at my fingertips all this training that BNI give you for free has just really developed me as a person.
Amazing. And so, what has been the positive impact on your business? Like, how has your business evolved since joining BNI?
Yeah, my business, it has involved a lot. Um, I would say at the moment, yeah, like I think, yeah, as my business has evolved, as in now that I've got the confidence to do, the 45 seconds and the one-to-ones that I'm now developing long-term relationships, and that's important in my business to develop long-term relationships. Um, so I just think, yeah, BNI is always going to be a force in my future. It's always going to be a positive thing. I'm just going to keep, going with BNI. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Mm.
Amazing. What advice would you give to new BNI members, Belinda, to make the most out of their membership?
Okay. Well, BNI, as we know, is not a quick win. I would tell new members that it's all about building, genuine long-term relationships, and to do, what the BNI system, like BNI is a structured networking system, and it works. So I would tell new members to just be consistently turn up, engage in your group, and actively contribute, and that would help you be have success, within BNI.
Yeah, wonderful advice. So I sum it up as follow the system, trust the process.
Yeah.
BNI's been around for almost 40 years, and it's got there because there's a system, there's a process, but the system doesn't work itself. And so the figuring out what to do, that's the easy bit because that's all done for you.
Yeah.
The challenging bit is now to do the do, so implement
Yeah.
the things that BNI says. And like you said, Belinda, when you do it consistently and
Mm.
persistently, and
Yeah.
have that medium to long term view, then you're going to have phenomenal success.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's next for the corporate clothing company? Any exciting projects or expansions on the horizon?
Yes. So at the moment, I'm focusing on strengthening my presence within the Queensland government. So I am already a preferred supplier, but my challenge there is visibility. So in the short term, I'm trying to leverage my BNI network to meet the right people with the right opportunities. And in the long term, my ultimate goal is to be a uniform supplier for the Brisbane 2032 Olympics. So there, yes, it's that will be a massive, win for me. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. And that's why now I'm putting the groundwork in to trying to build my presence, yes, and my reputation. And I'm trying to do that through BNI.
Well, you've also done it through our wonderful podcast, Belinda. So it's now out
Yeah.
there for the world to see, and
Mm.
we'll make sure that we get a copy of this podcast to whoever is responsible for the Olympic procurement of uniform.
Yes. So if there's anyone out there listening and they do have any contacts within the Queensland Government procurement, I would love to be connected. Yes.
That's amazing. Now, if you could share one piece of wisdom with our listeners, remembering that some people who listen aren't in BNI, so whether they're in BNI members or not, what would that one piece of wisdom be, Belinda?
My piece of wisdom would be um, give as much as you can and you will gain heaps. I also think, yeah, that basically if you help others, um, just just life is all about the long term. It's not a quick sprint. So just keep helping people, and it will come back to you. So the more you give, the more you receive.
Well, it's actually a universal law, the law of reciprocity. So amazing. Thank you, Belinda. How can listeners learn more about your business or get in touch with you?
Yes, I would love to connect with any businesses that would like high quality business solutions for their company. They can sort of, if they want to learn more about me, they can reach out on my website, which is corpclothing.net.au. They can also contact me through LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook, and also my email, which is Belinda at corpclothing.com.au. And if anyone wants a chat, they can ring me on my mobile 0419 793804. And of course, anyone who is in BNI, I'd love to organise a one-to-one.
Amazing. Thank you, Belinda. Well, look, that wraps up another episode of the BNI Effect. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion. I want to
I
extend
do.
a
Thank you,
massive,
Tony.
heartfelt thank you to Belinda Claxton, our amazing guest today. And she shared with us some wonderful insights. Also, again, congratulations, Belinda, on being a dual award winner. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the BNI Effect on your favorite podcast platform. And please leave us a review. Thank you for listening.